that. Still in matters politics, members of parliament are now defending the bicameral house against allegations of corruption and bribery claims in the passage of bills. The lawmakers insist that the war on corruption should not be singled out on parliament alone, but must be fought collectively across all arms of government. Our senior political affairs reporter Elizabeth Mutuku with the details.
Just days after President William Ruto accused both National Assembly and Senate of being riddled with corruption and bribery, particularly in the passage of legislation, the focus is now turning back to Parliament's leadership.
Kila mtu atauchukua mzigo wake mwenyewe.
The legislators are now pointing an accusing finger to the two speakers of bicameral house for what they call a deafening silence in face of such grave allegations. They argue that by now the speakers should have publicly defended the integrity of Parliament, or at very least issued a statement addressing the president's claim, which they say have deeply damaged the public perception of the House.
Executive haina mamlaka ya ku-oversight the legislature. Yani yeye president vile amefanya, flip the coin. Sasa imekuwa badala ya the legislature to oversight the executive, sasa yeye ndiye oversight legislature. Hiyo iwezekani.
This is some legislators are now demanding that President William Ruto to appear before the Powers and Privileges Committee to substantiate his allegations. They've gone a step further, threatening to table a motion of impeachment against the speakers should they fail to uphold and protect the dignity and independence of Parliament.
That under Standing Order 191, where we have our Powers and Privileges Committee, the Powers and Privileges Committee 191(1)(a) is allowed to summon any person to appear before it for the purposes of giving evidence or providing information.
Some members of Parliament who previously remained loyal to the executive and even admitted to passing certain bills under heavy influence from presidency now say the recent allegations by President Ruto and ODM leader Raila Odinga have been a wake-up call. This as they urge the Speaker to help Parliament reclaim its independence. In the recent months, some MPs have been routinely meeting at State House ahead of key legislative votes, a practice now facing growing backlash from within.
Mr. Speaker, I want to urge you, as the leader of this House, to do whatever it can, Mr. Speaker, to defend the integrity of this House. And there are certain things that we must stop doing. First of all, we have what I would call an unholy dalliance with the executive. That was very unpopular. We passed it for him. This president gave us a housing levy. Very unpopular. We passed it for him. This president has asked us to pass SHA. We sat here until 10 p.m. Passed it for him. What have we done for him? What has this parliament not done for president that he now has to come and bastardize us?
Mr. Speaker, we have been behaving as if we were conveyor belts for the executive. We have been called to State House, been lectured on government policy, and we have never let down the government of the day.
In response, Speaker Wetangula has acknowledged receiving complaints implicating some members in corruption, but says the matters were handled internally and discreetly. Question begs on whether Parliament will be able to remove itself from corruption storm, even as blame game rages on. Elizabeth Mutuku, Parliament Buildings, Nairobi.